Hello, this is David Baumblatt from Terabent Leadership. Wanted to give a quick update on the stuff that's going on. I'm currently traveling. If you think about what's going on in America, ask yourself what is really changing except the trend that keeps going and that our American systems are not working. Don't think so? Think about those who support Donald Trump MAGA, which again, I still support Donald Trump, but he is deviating more and more away from nationalism. Again, follow your principles, not the person, but what principles do I have in America except money? Hard to tell. Anyway, in terms of nationalism, this war in Iran, it is going to go horrible. Donald Trump may, out of the blue, claim victory and pull out, which will be a joke. It's possible. And I'm sure MAGA will be cheering victory achieved. No. Or he may double down and go full ground invasion, which I fully support, which then hopefully it will be a military draft in America. Don't think a military draft will happen. Look what's happening. The next episode, we'll talk about Germany. Germany now is getting ready for a military draft. In fact, all German males, notice the key word is men, not women, males, I think it's 18 to 45. If they leave Germany for more than 3 months, they have to get permission. And I say this because when the system starts unraveling, because what's happening in Western Europe is similar to America, when the system starts unraveling, all of these principles and ethics are going to go out the window. Why? Because they were a facade. We're corporations all about money. So what do I mean? Well, again, what did we talk about one of the key areas that's destroying the West? Feminism. And you think any of these women are going to get drafted into the military? Not one. It's an evil propaganda that these feminists have, where you have women pushing for war. They're not ever going to go. Then you got a guy like Donald Trump. Again, I hope the military draft happens in America. It's the only way to wake people up. But you have a guy named Donald Trump. He dodged the draft 5 times. None of his kids served in the military. And I think I said many times, it's going to have to get worse before it gets better. And there is now a MAGA cult. Remember, follow your principles, not the person. The cult follows the person. But look at Donald Trump, how things are going. Remember the feedback that I gave from the DHS, ICE? As long as they continue to focus on the mission, illegal aliens, job well done. They killed 2 innocent American citizens. Those people weren't domestic terrorists. Illegal activity, I get it, shouldn't have been shot. And people kept backing Trump up. Well, he fired the DHS woman. And that whole situation with her husband being a cross-dresser goes into what I've said. Rarely does it work when you have women in power. Goes against the laws of nature. Anyway, the man should have been in power. So that DHS was fired. Why? Trump knows it's not working. Now we have Pam Bondi. I don't know whether Pam Bondi was fired because she wasn't doing a good job or she wasn't covering up the Epstein files enough. But she got fired. Things aren't working. People continue to think that Donald Trump is playing 4D chess and this is all going to work. We'll see where this goes. I don't, because like I've said, I believe Donald Trump's the best president of my life. I've always said he is not going to solve this system. The only way this system's going to be solved is with guns and ammo, because those who control this system ultimately, meaning the globalists, you're going to have to go against them. And they're not going to relinquish power unless guns and ammo. Hence, this war in Iran, I mean, if you're some type of MAGA supporter and this was in line to what we voted for, I hope the military draft comes. I think it'll be a good idea. But anyway, like I said, let's see where this system goes. But eventually, you're going to realize you're only faced with 3 options. I say again, it's going to come to you. Many times I've said the similar thing where you see these delusional women who don't understand logic when they have high standards for their husbands. They'll never get a husband, never get married, never have kids. They'll live with cats for the rest of their life and commit suicide. And we realize that the only way these women are going to realize how wrong they are is until the laws of nature, which is the wall, hits them. Same thing in America. Until this economic collapse happens, and it's coming, you're finally going to realize you're only faced with 3 options. One is you're going to leave America. 2 is you're going to have to get off the grid, self-reliance, where you stay in America and go rural. Or you've got to realize that this America First policy, which is a joke, we know it. Again, I mean, from a sense of Israel, this war in Iran probably could make sense from the Israeli standpoint. America, that's not America first. We know that. So America first is a day late and a dollar short. It's going to be state first, where you're going to see more and more patriotic Americans, just like they're leaving blue states or red states. These red states, not all of them, some of them are going to get red hot, and they're going to realize that Washington, D.C., the federal level, it's over, and it's going to be state politics, and that's going to get dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Don't believe me? We'll see where this goes. But until then, look what's happening in Germany with this. It's going to be ongoing with a military draft. This is coming for America. And for all those MAGA people who think this war in Iran is just the best thing ever, I truly hope Donald Trump does not live up to his taco chump name, and he doubles down and he does a ground invasion. And I hope a military draft comes. But him and his rich kids, they're not going to serve at all, just like Donald Trump never served. And I think a lot of dumb MAGA people are going to say, yup, I think it's time for me to die for America, whatever that means, and do it. But I really think the pain has to get worse. People have always said, David, you keep talking about change. Why isn't there change? Well, change is happening in America. Even Donald Trump is a good example of change, and change is happening slow. But to the change that I keep talking about, an economic collapse, revolution, civil war, what you're going to have to feel is you're going to have to feel a higher level of pain before things change. And that's why I'm telling you, you better buckle down. It's not even close to how bad you're going to see it. Don't believe me? Again, look at Germany with this potential military draft coming up, and people are like, that can never happen in America. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think it'll work, but if there's enough cuck simps, especially white men who want to die for this system, yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out, do it for Donald Trump, die for his rich kids, and then go for it. But I think it'll break the system. And like I said, the reason I'm happy about this is sooner or later, we've got to get to a solution. And that solution is not going to come until people wake up. And people don't wake up until pain is given to the system. Once pain is given to the system collapses and people wake up. Until then, to the Patriots, lead to victory. And here's your task for today. Think about this. Start building it. This is the task. You need to start building your tribe. And I can tell you, former FBI agent, where we recruit people overestimate their friendships. Because it makes you feel good. It's like, I got a lot of friends, man. They'll get my back. Everyone has my back. Because you don't want to be that guy that says, hey, do you have any friends? No, nobody likes me. It just doesn't feel good for our ego. So we always overestimate. I got a lot of friends. I got brothers, man. They'll back me up. Yeah. At a minimum, 50%, that's bullshit. We're not even going to be close. So the part is build your tribe. And what does that mean? Today, reach out to some guy. Notice it's men to men because at the end of the day, don't generally count on women. So if you're a man, reach out to another male friend. And hopefully you've had someone in your life who's helped you out in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's small, reach out to that man, reconnect him, and thank him again. Say, listen, remember what you did to me 5 years ago, 10 years ago? I never forgot that. I want to say thank you and reconnect. And also reconnect is see if your ideologies are also similar. This is important. Faith, family, freedom. Christian faith, European family, and your freedoms. And if they are, just say, listen, I don't know where this country's going to, but I wanted to stay connected with you. That's how you build a tribe, one person at a time. But I'm telling you, people overestimate the loyalty of others. They overestimate how strong their bonds and friendship are. Many times it's not. So do a favor to yourself and also the greater movement. That's how you build the tribe, one person at a time. Reach out to someone who's already helped you and thank that person again to say, I never forgot about that. I want to thank you again. And let's talk about the future. Where do you think America is going? This and that. And if you two, hopefully, that's why you say you're friends, because I'm telling you, relationships, and we know this, end because of this political shift that's going on. And it's going to get worse. And I don't want to change the subject, but I've said many times, even the far left and the far right can be political allies. But generally speaking, hopefully the friend you reach out to, talk to him again. And hopefully you two are aligned. and ask him about that. Say, listen, I think this country's going to go bad. What do you think? What do you think? And start kindling that bond again, one step at a time. But it'd be good for you too, because something about leadership is never forget those who've helped you out. So take a moment, reach out to that person years ago, whenever that person did something that was significant to you, that helped you out. Reach out to him and thank him again. Sincere. Say, I just want to say, I'm truly thankful for that. Then, part two, have this open conversation with him. Say, listen, what do you think's happening in America? You think there's this guy named David Baumblatt, whatever you want to say, talking about civil war. What, are you prepared, this or that? But just start laying the groundwork that if things go bad in America, do you have a support structure? Do you have a brotherhood that you could go to? And the best way to do it is start one step at a time to already someone who's already helped you out. And you owe, at the very least, a thank you to that person. And then see if you're aligned further. So again, David Baumblatt from Terebinth Leadership, I'm telling you, for someone who's left America in 2010 and looking back, this situation's going to get worse and worse. Prepare. Remember the Boy Scouts of America? That's also another subject that's gone horrible. What's the motto of the Boy Scouts of America? Be prepared. Start doing that. Be prepared. Form your tribe. Make a telephone call or something to an old friend who has helped you out. Tell that person sincere thank you and have a talk with them about these topics. It could, in later times of your life, could be one of the best decisions you ever made. We need help. Grip hands and lead to victory.